Hello and welcome to Darth Snoogan's Tool Reviews. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I finally picked up the new Eternia Zodac. Now this is a little bit older. It's the older style boxes that they used to come with. Really cool artwork on the side there, by the way. Yeah, so this is the new Eternia version. So we got some additional accessories and stuff. And then, let's see, read the back. It says, original designs inspired by classic concepts. Zodac, comic enforcer. Fewer more powerful than the omnipotent master of the cosmos. Zodac, as the keeper of the neutral balance between good and evil. The cosmic enforcer's universal travels return him to Eternia, home of Castle Grayskull, the nexus of realities, and the center of the multiverse. For a threat to the cosmic balance can come from anywhere at any time. Well, that's a long description. Yeah, so this is a cool figure though. And this is one that I wanted to pick up for quite some time. It just always kind of got pushed aside for something else. And I happened to be at a place here locally called Ben's Bargain Center, where they have all kinds of stuff. And you might find one of something and never see another one again. I stumbled onto this. And as you can see, it's labeled $21.97, but their thing is everything's like 40% off. So it ended up being like $13, which that's a good price. I'll pay $13 for a masterverse figure of this quality, at least one of the newer ones. I'll pay $13 all day long for those. They still had a bunch of like Andras and Skelegods. I've got a Skelegod. The Andra figure never interested me. Yeah, so I got Zodac. So let's open up the box and take a look. And this is under that 40th anniversary banner. They got the little thing here. I don't know how well that shows up. Probably not very well in the camera. There we go. Tilt it back a little bit. Yeah. So we're going to open it up, get him out of the package, take a look at him, all of his accessories, and yeah, we'll be right back. All right, so here we have our Stratos out of the package, standing on his own. Got the camera down to his level a little bit so we can get a better look at him. And this is a pretty rad looking figure. I really dig how big the monster feet are on him. So if you don't know when the original 1980s line was released, he was the 8th figure in the line in that initial release. So you hear people talking about the card backs being the 8 back. He was number 8. They ended up swapping out. They were going to have 2 different Teelas. They swapped one of them out. Or they were going to have Teela and Sorceress, or the Green Goddess. And that's how they ended up making one Teela figure with the snake armor. And then they added him in as the 8th figure. Yeah, so initially no one knew, was he a good guy? Was he a bad guy? Was he just neutral? And ultimately, he's a neutral character. He's just like a balance of power type guy. Think a Green Lantern. Not necessarily a, good or bad, but someone who polices the universe. So yeah, this is a cool figure. He's got a lot of additional things on him that we don't really recall seeing from our original vintage style figures. He's got these shoulder armor pieces. He's got this little strap thing coming down here with this thing that he can hold. Looks like it's meant to hold his gun. Or is it this? I don't know. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Will his gun fit in that? Because it's not necessarily... Yeah, there we go. So that's a weird holster for his blaster. But yeah, I guess that works. And then these things... Oh, okay. So you can pop these off, it looks like. pop those off. And I'm assuming you can just put these little rocket things on his back. Now, I call them rockets, but obviously these things connect together like a staff. I was just kind of jumping the gun and seeing where I could put them. But they do connect together. Looks like, is it screw together? Now you just push it together. That's a cool, cool staff for him to use. If I can get it in his hand there. It's a little wonky. There we go. It's an interesting choice. I dig it. I dig that his gun can go on his side. I don't know that I like these. I think I like him better with the bare shoulders. He's got the cool little sash thing here that we've not seen before, but I tell you, I don't know that I necessarily like it, but only because it makes me think of the Mother Box cult stuff. It makes it look like he could be part of that group. He does come with 2 additional hands, which are just fists. That's kind of boring. But I guess if you want to put him in some poses where he's fighting, he does need to have at least 1 closed fist. But instead, we've got a gripping hand, and then we've got a trigger finger style hand. So let's put his gun back in his hand, which is kind of weird because there's not exactly a visible trigger on this blaster thing here. Let's see how we do this. Zodac's always been one, though, that I thought was just a cool looking character. And we've seen other versions of him. The 2000X series had the Zodac with a K, which is really cool. He's got those like glowing tattoos on him. I really hope that we see a Origins figure of that. Probably won't, but that would have been really cool. And then there was Strobo, who had the Zodac helmet, but he had the, like, his torso looked like Cyclone, where he had this, I don't remember what the thing was that was in his chest. You can look that up, but Strobo was cool looking. So yeah, I really like the look of this. I like the beefiness of the feet. Anytime they make the feet a little bit bigger, that helps the figure stand. I'm all for that, as long as it's not like Fred Flintstone feet and ridiculous. Those actually look pretty mean, and I do dig that because he's a cool character. So let's, I'm going to bring in the Origins figure to compare him to. So you can really see, now I couldn't find his gun, so I apologize. For this video, he just doesn't have his little blaster with him. But you can see what they were doing with this new Eternia. And they didn't really reinvent anything. They didn't really change a whole lot. He just got some additions. The sash, the holster, the staff thing, and these little shoulder pads. They didn't really reinvent anything here because it looks like Stratos. Now, Stratos, Zodac. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Stratos. I wish I could take this thing off. Looks like it'll come off from his leg. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Hold the phone. So yeah, if you want a classic Zodac, you can take this off. You have to detach it from his leg. I normally don't do this because sometimes I feel like it's more trouble than it's worth, because I'm going to end up leaving them on there. But I feel like to show you, in case you're wondering about this figure, detach it from the leg, unhook it from the side, you can slide it right off. Then you just reattach the armor, which hopefully will pop back in there. Hopefully will pop back in there. There we go. Yeah. So now you have a little more classic version of Zodac. Take all this additional stuff off. Unfortunately, you can't take this sash piece off here. But you can see what I'm saying. You can get all the extras off and break it down to a more traditional look if that's what you want. I don't mind all this stuff. I think this is kind of cool. I can do without the shoulder pad things. But yeah, cool figure. So what do you guys think? Have you picked this one up before? Or was this one you just kind of passed on because you're like, I don't know, I don't really, didn't really care? Or I have to ask, have you watched Masters of the Universe Revelation? Because he does have, and not to spoil it for you if you haven't watched, he does have one tiny cameo in a post-credit scene at the end of the 5th episode that is that makes it worthwhile. So I won't say any more than that. But if you haven't watched the show, there's a cool cameo. So yeah, look for that if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like this figure? Are you a fan of Zodac? Do you like the origins? Or are you still in love with that vintage figure? Because I'll be honest, the vintage figure is fantastic. I'm always going to love the vintage figure. I like the origins too. And you know what? I don't have to pick. I can like all of them. That's a great thing about being a toy collector. You don't have to say, no, I don't like that one. I want that one. No, you know what? I like them all. Why not? I don't have to pick. All right, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.